Did you know that farmers in America, Africa, and Australia, despite being thousands of kilometers apart, are all fighting the same enemy? Not drought, not locusts, but wild boars. Yeah, those tusked, wrecking machines that look like something straight out of an action movie. They're not just tough, they're officially listed among the world's top 100 most dangerous invasive species. And what farmers are doing to stop them is straight up fascinating. Wild boars aren't even native to the US or Australia. They were brought over centuries ago by explorers, probably as a food source, and since then they've multiplied like crazy. Fast forward to 2023, and there are now more than 8.3 million wild boars roaming across 39 US states. In Australia, they cover nearly half the continent, around 45% of the landmass. And here's the scary part, their population can explode by 86% in just 1 year if no one intervenes. That kind of growth comes with a massive price tag. Australian farmers lose about $16 million a year to boar damage. In the US, the number skyrockets to $2.5 billion. These beasts dig up crops, wreck fences, rip through pastures, and destroy native ecosystems. In Australia alone, wild boars negatively impact around 148 threatened plant and animal species, and yes, they've been known to attack humans too. It doesn't stop there. These animals are also disease carriers. If something like foot and mouth disease ever spread through their population, Australia could face up to $50 billion in economic losses over a decade. That's why both the US and Australian governments are pulling out all the stops to control them. Experts say to even make a dent, humans need to eliminate about 70% of the population every single year. And that's no small task. Farmers and hunters use two main methods, trapping and shooting. First comes trapping. Boars love wetlands, dry riverbeds, and forest edges. You can spot their presence by deep rooting marks and muddy footprints the size of your hand. Once a hot spot is found, farmers bait the area with irresistible snacks, dried corn, fermented grain, vegetable scraps, even sweet molasses. The trick is to never let the bait run out. If the boars show up and there's nothing to eat, they're gone for good. After a week or two, the boars get comfortable. That's when the trap is set. The best traps are at least 5 feet tall, because yes, these tanks can jump. At first, the trap doors stay open so the animals get used to going in and out. Then comes the trigger phase, bait scattered in a trail that leads straight to the trap's pressure plate. Modern farmers even use smart traps equipped with cameras. From their phones or laptops, they can watch the herd. And with one tap, boom, the gate slams shut. You'll see 30, 40, sometimes 50 wild boars thrashing around inside, completely caught. It's wild, literally. Of course, not everyone's into the trapping game. Some prefer the adrenaline rush of night hunting. Boars don't see well, but their sense of smell is razor sharp, so hunters have to approach from upwind. Most hunts happen after dark when the boars are active. Hunters use thermal scopes and night vision gear to spot them moving through the brush. A rifle is the weapon of choice, and it's not for beginners. Wild boars can sprint at 40 kilometers per hour, about as fast as a motorcycle. Miss your first shot, and you could be in real trouble. That's why skilled hunters go for instant kill zones, the head or heart. A clean hit drops the animal immediately. Anything less and you risk a furious 200-pound boar charging at you in the dark. Some hunters use dogs, special breeds trained to track and corner boars. These dogs follow the scent, bark to alert their owners, and sometimes even grab and hold the animal until the hunter arrives. And then there's the ultimate adventure: helicopter hunting. Yeah, you heard that right. In places like Texas, hunters hop into choppers, fly over vast ranches, and take aim from the sky. It's not cheap, around $4,000 per trip, but it's one of the most effective ways to cover massive areas. It's part pest control, part action thriller. But hunting boars isn't just about sport. It's also about safety. These animals can carry parasites and diseases that spread to humans and livestock. Hunters always wear gloves when handling carcasses. Some keep the meat for themselves or sell it to specialized processors. In the US, there are only 15 federally inspected facilities that can legally process wild boar meat. Each one handles around 1,500 to 1,700 animals a year, usually mid-sized ones weighing 80 to 180 pounds. Larger males often have a strong musky odor that makes them less desirable for eating. Even so, boar meat hasn't quite caught up to regular pork in taste or popularity. It's tougher and gamier. That's why hunting isn't really commercial. It's more about controlling numbers and protecting farmland. Despite all efforts, wild boars continue to thrive, spreading, breeding, and tearing up everything in their path. From the US plains to Australia's outback, the battle rages on, and while traps and rifles help, the real question is, will we ever find a sustainable long-term solution to stop them? Now let's cross over to Europe, where the wild boar story gets even wilder. Once nearly wiped out in parts of the continent, these beasts have made a comeback that's shocking ecologists and terrifying farmers. Originating in Southeast Asia about 5 million years ago, wild boars spread into Europe and became a staple food source for ancient civilizations. Back then, hunting one was a sign of bravery. Today, they're back in full force, stronger, smarter, and everywhere. In Russia, there are about 400,000 wild boars roaming free. In France, that number has exploded past 1 million, an 88% increase in just 10 years. Forest replanting projects, fewer natural predators, and warmer winters have all helped them thrive. With milder weather, piglets survive the cold, and longer foraging seasons mean more food, more breeding, and more problems. They've also become bold. Wild boars are now showing up in Berlin, Madrid, even Warsaw, rooting through trash and tearing up gardens like they own the place. And they're not just a nuisance, they carry African swine fever, a devastating virus that's crippled pig farms across Europe. Farmers have tried fencing them out, but it rarely works. A full-grown male can weigh over 220 pounds and smash through metal fencing like it's nothing. The result? Millions in agricultural damage, 22 million euros in Italy and over 100 million euros in France just last year. And that's before counting the 30,000 traffic accidents they cause every year. Governments are responding the only way they can, by encouraging regulated hunting. In France and Germany, hunting is legal for up to 10 months a year. In Russia, the season runs from June to February. Hunters scout forests for signs, disturbed soil, tracks, droppings, and then take up positions near waterholes or feeding areas. Wild boars have razor-sharp hearing, so hunters move silently, staying upwind. The preferred shot, head, neck, or heart-lung area, because their chests are layered with thick cartilage that can block bullets. Many hunts are driven, meaning groups of hunters flush the animals toward shooters waiting in ambush, sometimes with dogs assisting. Trapping also plays a big role. One popular model in Europe is the pig brig, a lightweight, tent-like trap originally from the US. It's tall, strong, and capable of catching up to 60 boars at once. But not all traps are allowed. Snare traps that injure or kill are banned in many countries for being cruel. After a successful hunt, European hunters move fast. In Germany, they're required by law to dress and process the meat within hours. Germans, by the way, love their game meat, especially wild boar. During the 2022-2023 season, they consumed over 11,000 tons of it. Meanwhile, in France, most of the meat doesn't even make it to market. It's shared locally between friends and neighbors. Every year, hunters in France bring down nearly 800,000 wild boars, while Italy records about 295,000. It's an ongoing fight to keep populations in check and protect farmland from total destruction. From the US plains to Europe's forests, the wild boar war shows no signs of ending. They're fast, fierce, and frighteningly adaptable. So what do you think? Is there a smarter way to deal with this unstoppable invasion? Or are we just temporary guests in their world now? Let me know what you think in the comments below, and if you found this story wild, drop a like and subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next.